Hi, welcome to this tutorial on expanding and simplifying brackets. Got three different ones to do here. First one, question one, fairly straightforward one. We need to multiply the first set of brackets out first of all. So we do 3 times 2x, which gives us 6x. We then do the 3 times the 4, which gives us 12. First bracket, 6x plus 12. Move on to the second one. Both these are add signs here, so it makes it fairly straightforward. So 6 times 2x is 12x. We must have a sign between the terms. Because it's a positive 12x, we write the plus in there. And then finally, we've got to do the 6 times the 5, which gives us a positive 30. We've expanded those two brackets. We've now got to simplify them. So we need to group the terms together. So the first ones we can obviously group. If you look at the 6x there and the 12x there, they can be grouped together. 6x add 12x gives me 18x. And then we can group together the 12 and we can group together the 30, which gives us 42. So 18x plus 42. Second one. This is a little bit more complicated because if you notice it hasn't got a number outside the second bracket. We do the first set of brackets exactly the same. So we do 4 times 5x, which gives me 20x, and then 4 times the 3, which gives me a positive 12. What we need to do here though is we need to assume that there's a 1 here. So if I just put that in there in red, assume that that was a 1. And then carry it out the same as exactly what we've done on the one above. So minus 1 times 2 gives us negative 2x. And then we've got the negative 1 times the negative 4. Negative times a negative gives me a positive. So that becomes positive 4. Just to go over that again, the negative 1 times by the 2 gives me a negative 2. And the negative 1 times by the negative 4 gives me the positive 4. We can now simplify these together. 20x take away 2x gives me 18x. And then the 12 add the 4 gives me positive 16. Final one we've got here is a double bracket. So we're going to use the FOIL method for that. FOIL method works as follows. Basically we need to multiply both terms in the second set of brackets by both terms in the first set of brackets. And we do it in this order. 3x times 4x first. 3x times 4x gives me 12x squared, because if you remember x times x gives me an x squared. We then have to do the 3x, multiply it by the 3. So if we write on here number 1, number 2, 3x multiplied by the 3 stands for outer. 3x times 3 gives me 9x. We now have multiplied both terms in the second set of brackets by the first term in the first set of brackets. We now move on to the second term in the first set of brackets, and we do the 2 times the 4. Inner. 2 times 4x gives me 8x. And finally we move on to the last two terms. The 2 times the 3 is the fourth thing we do. That's the last L. So 2 times 3 gives us positive 6. Now all that's left to do is simplify this, simplify the two terms in the middle there. We can't simplify the x squared term with anything because x squared is totally different to x. So that stays as 12x squared. 9x add 8x gives me 17x. And we're left with the 6 on the end. 12x squared plus 17x plus 6.